already taken off the board. Swain not going to go into the hands of the Fnatic members.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see, how Echo Fox are going to do versus Fnatic, because a lot of people were also wondering, with the strength of the team, what would have happened if they went over to MSI too, and what they would have looked like there. It's interesting that we also have two players changed out, as the analyst Des was talking about. Demonte and even Adrian. Echo Fox has been playing Bung a lot recently. See how this does actually switch up their champion select.
Aatrox ban.
Not
getting him yet.
Aatrox is enabled. We are playing on basically the live patch, 8.13 with the micro patch. Yeah, so he's gotten the extra buffs there, and everyone's been playing him top and jungle.
And speaking of buffs, Kindred, another champion that's been buffed repeatedly over recent patches, and Taliyah still a priority pick despite the hits she took on recent patches.
Yeah, no, still super, super strong. Morgana obviously coming in, one of the champions you can always put down towards the bottom lane. Also one of the champions that's really good in funnel comms, because the Black Shield is fantastic towards the late game when you have to just protect this one member who wants to go completely crazy. And we've already seen them play twice with their feed Altec strat.
Yeah, and it can also be a very strong bottom lane as well for pushing, and has a lot of pick potential. For the Taliyah, though, that we went over, the nerfs were mainly to early game cooldown for the Q.
Oh, yeah!
So it didn't affect
you meta, baby!
If you're wondering, Kobe, this isn't a troll reaction.
I'm very well aware. We actually have Challenger Heimerdinger main Heisendong, who's been training a lot of the bottom lane LCS players now. So don't worry, they're ready for it.
All right, can they stack up against him? Soraka now going to round this out. Interesting. Soraka not a pick we always see.
Yeah, that's a little bit risky also against Alistar, if the enemy team can actually start ganking that lane. But I feel like Fnatic just want to push 24/7, which is kind of the meta for a lot of European teams, especially when you pick Heimerdinger. You don't pick it to sit back in lane, you pick it to get the turret.
Exactly. You pick to push the lane and then be dangerous to gank against. If you're going to gank the Heimerdinger, you have to start killing the turrets early on. And bring your jungler at the right time.
Yeah, this really smells like a strategy where Altec is going to grab the Kai'Sa and be around the mid lane here, of course, with someone next to him supporting him. We don't actually know who exactly.
I mean, that could be the possibility. They could also have Demonte playing the Kai'Sa. Altec has played Vladimir pretty well the second time around, and he's also played things like Mundo, so he can play a tank and play a frontline if they want to switch around the roles.
For now, though, just banning out some of those high-priority junglers. Nocturne, even after taking a hit, still so terrifying. The numbers are just absurd on that champion.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he was left open and actually did not get picked. Most teams would consider him a must-ban in the first phase, especially because we are in a meta where people run a lot of teleports, and Nocturne ulti just hard counters it.
Yeah, the nerf on the latest patch was pretty significant, early damage there, so maybe that one dissuading them for going for the typical jungle pick. We still have so many options up, too, like the more traditional Trundle and things like that.
Of course, Taliyah already locked in. Could show us what Fnatic want to put in the jungle, but may change depending on how the rest of this draft plays out. Still feels like Echo Fox not necessarily 100% locked in the funnel, but it is looking that way with the double support and the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, Kai'Sa scales so well. Rageblade champion, and trying to get her, especially once you have the Black Shield that Fishy was talking about. The thing for Fnatic, though, they're very AP heavy right now, so we're expecting some attack damage champions. Maybe solo laner or two to come in.
I mean, things like Renekton is available, which we've seen a lot of lately. Coming in, of course, Aatrox is banned, who would otherwise be the choice you would grab for top lane almost every time.
Another one that did get slight nerfs was Aurelia, though she still is strong. We've still seen people using the champion. More of it was shifted away from burst damage into attack speed and continued damage. I mean, that's why they also lower value on that champion now.
Now we enter the second pick phase, see what Fox want to do, how they want to round out this composition. We'll all but confirm a funnel here with their fourth pick, depending on what they go for. Syndra now locked in.
Okay.
Smite in the hands of Altec very much looks like it is going to be Altec playing the Kai'Sa funnel at this point in the draft.
Then Syndra going down to the bottom lane, the way it's looking at the moment.
Could be the case. Could be.
You can still swap it around.
Could be a bottom lane as well.
I think putting the Kai'Sa bot lane, though, is super risky against a heavy push lane. But if you can all in, you can shut it down. So it is a possibility.
Yeah. So is the Syndra, too. We haven't seen Syndra a lot recently.
She's actually a good pick against Heimer.
Pick up the turrets, chuck them at him.
Can use the turrets to her own advantage. So I think it is bot lane Syndra. I'm going to put my money on that one. Soasa loves to get his tanks up top lane. Not a Mundo this time, but Ornn is still one of the big ones.
And while we haven't seen Heimerdinger, Kobe, you talked about the players practicing and studying with Heisendong, and looks like they've got some counter picks of their own ready for this pick, and that was kind of a concern for the North American teams, how they were going to deal with some of the more unique European picks.
Yeah, we saw it so much in Europe. There had to be some sort of counter here in preparation from the NA team.
Yes, the Renekton.
We'll see it if it actually works on display here.
I mean, I think it's a fine composition on the North American side. Fnatic still very heavy on the magic damage from them.
Yeah, one of the main things if you are going to run a funnel composition, which looks like EchoFox will, is your side lane players. Huni specifically on a Renekton that's a bully champion, are going to want to play aggressively and go for those trades, proc your press the attack. It's going to have to worry about the jungle difference. If Broxa decides to make an early visit up there.
Still want to see if there's some changes on the Fnatic side. Like we always say it's Heimerdinger a bot lane, but technically you can move it around to a lot of different lanes. Talia is currently sitting on Cap's side, and we saw it earlier today over in the rift battles between LMS, LPL, and LCK that we had Talia mid being used.
What a fun meta, boys. They get to still theorycraft even after the full champ select.
I know, there's just so many ways you can do it. Heimerdinger is still sitting on Source, I believe.
That doesn't mean that he can't go bottom lane, though, Deficio. It might just be that between the two top laners, he is the one more comfortable on Heimerdinger.
No rules.
This is the thing. Until we actually get in game, gentlemen, we're not going to know 100%. Do you think it's more ideal at this point to send the Heimerdinger to the top side of the map or to put him in that bottom lane?
So I think they're reacting to the Syndra pick here, like Deficio was hypothesizing, and maybe they fancy it into Renekton, because that's a decent matchup up there. Renekton, though, he does have the dash, and he can quickly kill turrets, so there's a possibility they focus it.
Oh, you get that stopwatch ready. 8 minutes in, he attacks you, you put down the big cannon, you click it, and you win the game.
Hey, okay.
That's what I want to see. Are we going to see it here? How will Europe and NA do against each other? Full 5-team lineups. Fnatic versus EchoFox in our first game of the day.
All right, looks like we do have the Smite on Dardoch. So one of the reasons why you typically in a funnel composition will see the Smite on the mid lane champion is that they're going to want to last hit them all. But if you have 2 Smites, you'll have a little bit more confidence when you're going for the big objectives as well.
I mean, he's also running Spellbook, so there is some choices for him to get different summon, I suppose, when he needs it in the different fights. So it's going to be fun to see how he's going to use it. Meanwhile, on the side of Fnatic, it is that mid lane Talia that we just highlighted in the pick and ban phase. Still suffers from the lack of push compared to how old Talia was, but her roaming is very strong still.
Yeah, and as I was saying in Champ Select, the nerfs to her were mainly to the early cooldown of her Q, which isn't as impactful for mid lane as it is in the jungle, because jungle you're constantly casting to clear it. And in the mid lane, should get the levels pretty quickly.
It's going to be Source bot lane. The player who's played basically everything during his career, from split pushing carries to AP champions to tanks.
He's had a long career.
He has a very long one. He used to love the meta when it was Ryze and Lissandra, AP Kennen top lane, and now he gets his Heimerdinger. Sad for him, not in the 1v1. He does grab it and take it down to the Syndra lane.
It's going to be interesting. Huni, though, not buying any itemization that really indicates for either matchup. Just making something comfortable in the Doran's Blade. Should look okay for him, but not sure who he expects to be going up against. We'll find out momentarily.
And we actually have Caps even invading on the duo there. Dardoch and Altek did
try to steal
both use smites to get the red very quickly, but Caps get some damage off as they return.
I think also he just tried to get the last hit on a red buff. If you're not aware that he could be doing it, and if he actually surprises you and gets it, it is a very big deal. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Soraka loves laying against Morgana because there is just so little she can actually do against her, as long as you dodge the binding.
Of course, the Heimerdinger is there as well, so the pressure will just continue. Brock's, interestingly enough, level 2, looking towards the mid lane.
That's only level 1 for now.
Pillar does come out, trying to line up on Altek. Altek immediately going to
try
a bit more damage.
The full wave
Very
here.
greedy trade here. Dardoch is going to go for a little bit more.
The timing on this gank here, going into the full wave and the 2 champions that are already ready.
Chain CC. No follow-up there, but Adrian has to be careful on the bottom side.
I think Broxa expected one more minion to die just when he moved forward, so Cap would get level 2, and they could time the pillar with the knockback to either get a kill or force a flash from Altek. That was actually then a good call, but because he didn't get level 2, it was a bad call, and they were forced away.
Yeah, and as we're seeing in the bottom lane, we've actually had a lot of Soraka maxing the E or putting more points into the E, the Equinox, for extra damage in lane phase, and actually bullying fairly effectively.
Huni, now level 3. I don't know if he can look for the turn here. Brock's going to run forward, holding onto the pillar for now. Wants to block the escape. Huni looks like he's just going to go down. First blood for Fnatic.
This happened when he played this during last weekend. He picked the Renekton as well. He got early ganked, and a really easy gank for Brox here because there's no jungle to counter jungle him.
It's exactly what I said in Champ Select when we caution against Renekton matchup, trying to bully and push up in the lane. It gets ganked again, and it goes down very easily there for Fnatic, getting the first blood bonus.
Sets up some interesting points here. First of all, Fnatic, of course, has played against G2, who's the masters in Europe of this specific composition, and they know how to punish side lanes with it and get an early lead, because that's one of the key things you have to do. And on the side of Equifox, the fact they run carries in side lanes and not just like a ton of extra supports does make it a lot easier to try and shut them down.
The solo queue classic, the rinse and the repeat, the knock up, the chain CC is there.
Flash.
Slice and Dice takes Huni out for now. Flash used as well, so does survive, but has to burn a lot to make it out.
And he had just gotten back to lane with the teleport too after that death. So this is a very big CS lead already for Bwipo, and he's gonna hold it.
Oh, well, replay of a gank where he bites him and kills him. Bang.
All right. Thanks,
His dash was on cooldown.
Gets level 3, burns all those spells, and now we have to see, is Huni going to play more back? Is he going to continue to push forward like this? Broxa not getting a ton of jungle experience right now because he's been spending so much time ganking, but it does look like it's paying off for Fnatic now.
I mean, this is what I just said before you, how Fnatic, they know they can abuse side lanes when they play against this kind of draft. They have full pushing bottom lane, so that's a smart choice in the draft, first of all. And then they just send the jungler to the one lane where there is a carry that could actually take over, because Renekton, of course, is such a lane bully, but now he's really far behind.
And it makes it very difficult because even if Altek and Dardoch want to get aggressive as the mid-jungle kind of duo here, you can't even go affect the bottom lane because they're pushing so hard and harassing at the same time under the turret that it's very dangerous to spend any sort of time down there, and that'd be a huge gamble.
You can see in the bottom lane, they're just getting pounded. Tower slowly getting chipped down. Fnatic, eye on the prize here, just keeping the pressure up.
We're just kind of waiting for Capfed level 6 on his side, then he can join in the bottom lane or the top lane to guarantee another kill and then probably a turret, because when you play against funnel strats, you want to get down objectives, not just kills. You need to take the turret down so you can start having multiple members going towards the enemy jungle, the enemy mid lane, and that stops Altek from farming. If you're just getting kills only, Altek gets more time. So getting down an early structure is really the key objective for Fnatic, so they can start doing what Brox is trying to do here on his own.
Yeah, I've seen Fnatic falter when they've tried this before. They got early leads against G2, couldn't close it out after that. We're going to have to see if they can do more here or if Fox are just going to bring it home once that Kaisa gets online. For now, though, you can see Huni endlessly pushed under tower. They know exactly where the jungler, quote-unquote, on that Alistar is, so it's pretty easy for Bwipo to just keep pushing forward.
Yeah, Bwipo's got access to level 6 here on Ornn, too. The ultimate should come through.
Huni, how's he now play this one knocked up? Oh, the chain CC comes in. It's too much damage.
How's he going to outplay the bounce out?
Get hit by everything!
Knocked up from 100% to 0. Well executed there by Fnatic.
Now Dardoch going to try to catch the wave, stop them from pushing for anything else, but oh, Huni just not get to play League of Legends right now.
Well, what's the plan in picking a lane bully in a funnel comp? You can't help him. He's gonna be on his own against enemy jungler.
The plan is to try and 1v2. That's kind of Huni's ideal,
that
right?
That sounds like a really bad plan.
And that's what he looks
it's worked for him before, Deficio.
It has worked for him before. And this is the type of hubris that you associate with Equifox. They always feel like they can outplay.
1v2. There you go.
Oh, good pillar. Flash out from Broxa to try to make it to safety. This might be the kind of hubris you
Got the
associate with
tick.
Broxa. This is very awkward.
Got
Two
him.
tanks, headbutt, pulverize. Oh, Huni's on the way.
Yeah.
Gonna give him the smack.
Oh.
Taken down almost instantly. Shut down there.
That's the strategy. Give over a bunch of kills and then let Huni get the bounty.
They did buff bounties on
Yes,
this
sir.
Deficio. More gold given over. Altek and Caps, though, in the jungle. They don't have an extra support down here for Altek, so he has to run away.
Playing it safe, though. Good dodge out on the seismic shove means he's not going to take too much damage there in the shade.
And right now, Huni's only 200 gold behind because he just got that little
Deficio,
bonus
walk
for
me
himself.
through the Trundle bites again this time around.
Ah, yeah,
This
this
one,
one.
he's in the bush.
Called,
He's gonna try and run.
Yes. Oh, look at that flash.
Yeah, right over his own pillar into the wall.
Uh-huh. And here he realized he messed up.
Oh, good job here by Dardoch, waiting till he had a good angle onto the wall, by the way, with his headbutt so that Trundle wouldn't get too far. Then he could easily get his second stun and serve up a kill for Huni. Teleport down bottom, though.
Cap's ulti not been used yet.
Could be important. Tries to throw down a bit of poke on a Dardoch. He's here to make sure this tower doesn't go down too easily. So as though sidestepping the binding means not a lot of threat onto him. Monte using that strong Syndra interaction to stop the tower from pushing for anything else. Caps just returning to the mid lane. May look for a little bit more damage onto Altek. The Skirmisher Saber Smite comes out. Good damage. Nice sidestep, though. Here comes Broxa. Can they take down Altek? As has to flash out to safety. Dardoch still with the body block. The rest of Fox is here first. Fnatic need to make it out. This is not what they want. The chain CC once again heading home. Brox is going to fall here in an instant. Adrian taking the kill.
Big difference is the roam from Damonte and Adrian here, but Caps actually walls off Dardoch. Nice!
Oh, nowhere for him to go. Cow goes down. Soaz happy to grab the kill.
Good first trade, though. I like Eltec starting the 1v1, knowing that his bottom lane was on the way as well here, but sadly, it now means this bot lane turret is still left open.
Yeah, Fnatic should be able to get that turret, and they already have about 1,000 gold lead because of the CS and because of their focus on topside.
Caps is on his way for another roam.
Trying to pry on Huni. See if he's going to go for the hubris play. It's not going to happen this time. He's backing off. He's respecting the missing mid laner. The vision to make sure he knows exactly what's happening. Will not protect this bottom tower from going down, however.
This is the big thing now for Fnatic. They're getting a bot lane turret down. There's still 0 kills on the enemy Kai'Sa, the one who's trying to get all the farm. No fully completed item yet. Whippo is left on his own.
The duo of Dardoch and Huni playing around the top side is looking good for Echo Fox right now. Usually expected on a traditional jungler, but an Alistar will do as well.
They didn't get him.
Yeah, and he's got the Moby boots, so Dardoch making a lot of moves there to try and go gank. Here's another look at Altec. He uses the red smite for the duel. Nice use of the ultimate killer instinct there to try and dodge away from Caps, but he's basically out of the fight at that moment. So then when the Echo Fox duo roams up here first and they get the kill, they have to finish it very quickly. Caps, nice opportunity he actually takes advantage of here, splitting the team and getting that kill back for Fnatic.
And now we're checking on the gold. Almost a 2K advantage for Fnatic, despite all the gold being funneled into Kai'Sa individually. Not even a massive lead over Caps at this stage of the game. Very less than ideal for Altec on this funnel comp.
We have to see if Altec wants to try and leave the mid lane and actually go to side lane to get
Oh,
kills.
Hextech flash. Hillsang going to get knocked back. No, the flash out just in time. The silence to stop Alistar from looking for any follow-up. Caps takes it nice and slow, playing as his food. TP on the way in, Dardoch knocked back. Has a bit of time here with the ultimate. Whippo on the way in. Gonna use the Bella's Breath, get the knockback, following up with the ultimate. Can he reactivate it before he goes down? Yes! Oh! No! Knocked up. Beautiful play from Echo Fox. Individual CC coming home. Damonte on the back with a double.
And Dardoch lived with like 13 HP there on the Alistar. Fnatic dumping all of their damage through his ultimate, and the collapse comes through for Echo Fox.
And it's the second time now the Echo Fox bot lane is in mid lane, ready for a fight, because they lost their bot lane turret already. Source joins when the fight is already over. All of Fnatic quickly realizing, wait a minute, there's 5 people here. We can't win this fight. And we see a bunch of kills go to the other side.
And Dardoch has just been everywhere this game, showing up mid lane, showing up top lane, assisting in the funnel as well, and things work out quite well for what looked like it could be disastrous.
Yeah, I think the moment they see the TP, never mind.
Oh,
TP.
Caps. He's going to be able to grab this one. A lot of damage goes down. Caps trying to buy a bit of time to flash over, dash back through.
All right, we've learned something today. Fnatic recalls suck. First the Broxa one, now the Caps one. That is 2 easy kills.
And to be fair, Devisho, you were critical of putting Huni on a push and carry,
There we go.
but he's finding opportunities. He's
You're right.
getting, you know,
I could not predict the dumb recalls, my bad.
So quick to sell your own out.
He also, Huni, by the way, got the most damage, taking advantage of the fact that he saw, you know, Caps was going to have a delayed reaction there. He goes for the auto attack Tiamat first, then the W. Doesn't just immediately start out with the stun, so he got a lot of extra damage in before it went off. And that's why it was an easy 100%. Foxa, though, should be able to finish up this Rift Herald.
And he knows that he's going to be dealing with a tank in the top lane. So looks like Blade the Rune King will come in on his side. Going to be delaying.
Yeah, the reason that's so good for Renekton is the W, if it's empowered, counts as 3 autos, so you get 3 of those on hit procs.
But it's important to highlight he has press the attack on his side. Normally you want Conqueror against the tanks. But I think with press the attack, if he was getting ahead in the lane, then he wouldn't really worry about it, because Conqueror, obviously against Renekton, you have armor reduction on
Press the attack, very effective against Caps in the last gank as well.
That is true.
Don't think he's going to get a second one. Instantly deleted. Rocket's going to come
That's a lot
through.
of rockets.
Shut down there. So while Huni's had some good moments, that might not have been one of them. Herald has not been used yet. Fnatic has the potential to take 2 towers if they want to burn it here.
Yeah, I really want to see Herald in the mid lane. So you have all 3 auto turrets gone. That means no jungle for Eltec, who's going to go back and complete his first item soon, but it's going to be a while before it's a Rage Blade.
Yeah, that was a pretty big move for Fnatic, really opening up the map now, because there's only the mid turret left to Echo Fox to try and defend around. They're going to see if they can get some damage on this mid turret, but teleports are already coming in to defend it.
Soaz going to do what he can. Heimerdinger, of course, victorious for the wave clear, but is Echo Fox willing to commit to the dive? Soraka's on the way, but we'll still be a few seconds out.
I want to add a point to that. Heimerdinger wave clear when he's defending against the siege is not that amazing. Because most of his stuff, like the rockets, will get blocked by the first thing it hits. The turrets need time to kill it. The grenade is fine, yeah, but it doesn't destroy the backline instantly. So when you're sieging like this, don't think he's the greatest wave clear in the world. However, if he gets to sit in the lane for more than a couple of seconds, sure, he can push.
Does have blue buff as well for himself, so that can help as Fnatic are trying to push on that last outer turret of Echo Fox. Altec has to purchase, though. He's been on these parts of an item for so long, and he is the main damage source. There's the Rage Blade upgrade.
Skips it. Okay.
Now they actually are operational here. That's not going to be enough attack speed to fully get the evolution on his invisibility for the dash, but it will at least give him the opportunity to deal some damage there for Echo Fox.
See if Fnatic gets any chance to actually put down the Rift Herald in the mid lane. Currently there's multiple members trying to defend it. Caps pushing bottom side, and Huni, of course, keeps trying in the top lane.
Of course, Demonte would potentially interrupt the channel.
Okay.
Finds it. Huni, though, will be in trouble. Is he going to sidestep? The first knockup comes in. Pillar to follow. Get a nice little knockback there. Huni going to try to heal, but no chance.
So everyone should look at the minimap, and you will notice there's no wards in the river from Huni's side. And then he uses his dash to kill the wave.
Not only that, but no member of Echo Fox were even pushing other lanes here. They're all just defending lanes.
Save your dash in case you don't see anything in case we get a situation where you get ganked.
The 1v2 strat not working out so well. Here comes the Rift Herald in mid, though. Let's see how many they can get.
Minions already pressed forward. No one feeling comfortable approaching right now. That's the triple bounce to the Heimerdinger. Can they just delete him immediately? Yes, they can. Altec oversteps and is just eliminated.
They needed a chance to put down the Rift Herald mid lane. They got it. Second charge as well, down to almost 50% HP on that turret. We'll get there now. All it takes is one little roam top lane against the Renekton without any escape abilities. You get a bunch of turrets.
Yeah, I mean, Huni's a lovable guy, and he's very good mechanically, and he can outplay a lot of situations. But then you also have situations like this where he does get focus, and he's definitely a pretty big burden here for Echo Fox.
Doing his best to push out, doing his best to keep up, but the Blade of the Rune King not even completed. We're 15 minutes now into the game, and as we take a look back, you can see how bad this was for Echo Fox.
Really actually positioning there from Soaz. He goes around the corner to throw his grenade over the wall. That was really smart to get, just outside. Even though they had vision on him before he walked over there, it was a good spot to throw from, and he's able to nail Altec. Altec did have flash as well, so probably should have seen that one.
Well, if you haven't watched Fnatic all summer split long, now you know why they don't use Reckless, because with Swords and Whippo you have this chance to do this. You can pick a Heimerdinger, give it to Soaz, he's been playing it really well this game, and then Whippo just grabs a normal tank in the top lane. You obviously couldn't have put Reckless there on an Ornn, probably would not have gone so well, and that's just the flexibility in this meta for Fnatic's very heavy, either mage or bruiser style that they like to play.
And that's a flexibility that in NA a lot of people have had trouble dealing with in the hands of Echo Fox. Where is Huni going to go? How is the team going to play? So interesting to see these two styles clash together on the stage. Looks like right now it's working out much better for Fnatic.
Yeah, what's very important too to keep your eye on is Altec's positioning. And he did save his flash, so there is the chance still that Echo Fox, win that big team fight. If they can protect the Kai'Sa, give him the black shield, and he's able to move around, then they can still definitely win team fights here versus Fnatic.
That's why it was picked so early. Like, high priority on Morgana. Kind of gave it away from the get-go. They were going for this strategy, but I don't think they care because a lot of teams are playing funnel strats. It's not really a secret anymore.
Definitely not, but the long-range engage is going to come out. Altec going to use the flash that time just to make it to safety. Good respect. But definitely not what he wanted to lose here. Altec, the main source of damage on the team at the moment. On behind, but luckily the Syndra's there when he finally has the Blade of the Rune King completed, so it's not all on him.
Yeah, that's kind of the change, I guess, compared to when we see G2 play this comp, where it's all about perks dealing damage. It's really not just about one member. Huni, if he gets to the backline, we saw the damage on Caps earlier, that's going to be fantastic. He can take him down. Monte as well.
With Huni's kind of split push build here, though, he's very squishy. That's why we keep seeing him get 100%ed down to 0 in crowd control rotation there. So he has to be very, very careful in selecting his target.
Another tower going to drop for Fnatic. Gold lead continues to grow. 5 towers to 0. The kill score almost even, but not amounting to too much right now for the Echo Fox lineup. Interestingly enough, the Syndra has TP, so she's going to be the one they put into the sideline. Demonte going to get a little bit more resources for himself, but is it going to be enough to, one-shot some of these more vulnerable targets on the Fnatic lineup?
So now there's a couple of stopwatches still available in case you see the full combo coming from a Syndra. Caps might get one for himself later as well, but we haven't had the massive 5-on-5 team fight yet. 18 minutes in, Baron coming up soon. Fnatic with full control on the map. But Altic got the Rage Blade at least.
And Soraka here, Hylissang has actually rushed the Mikhail, so even if the long-range Cinder Stun lands or the Binding lands from Echo Fox, they are keeping that in mind and have one out.
I mean, a lot of it, I almost feel bad for Huni when he walks into a team fight, because even if he gets a perfect stun on Soaz, Mikhail comes in, he puts down a big cannon, then he clicks his Hourglass that's coming in at some point in the game, and then you're just standing there as a Renekton, full squishy, and a big cannon in front of you.
Gotta keep split pushing there with your Blade of the Ruin King build.
And Demonte throwing down a little bit of poke. Not going to hurt too much there for the tankier lineup on the side of Fnatic. But you guys are right. It's so hard to play Renekton against this team comp. It's hard to play a Kai'Sa now as Fnatic starts to take control of the mid lane once again. Mages push in, but here comes Dardoch on the front line. Mages look for the fight. Can he get the combo? That's the 3-man knockup. Could be everything that they need. Fox trying to turn the fight. Soaz still making it out safety. Rockets coming in. Dardoch about to fall. Altec is still alive, but he's at half health. Not ideal. They will grab one onto Bwipo, though. 1 for 1, or rather 1 kill going over to Fox.
That was such a good engage here. Demonte baited out so many different cooldowns, so much attention from Fnatic, and then Dardoch gets the massive knockup on Fnatic here. Good setup. Can they get a mid lane turret for it? All of Fnatic is still around. Soaz is dancing around.
For a little bit more. Shut down! Those are the kind of plays you expect from Huni, and now Dardoch has to be careful, though. Could just get taken out here. Yes, the threaded volley lands for Caps. Fnatic will strike back.
He also ignited him there just as he was about to die. I don't know what he thought was going to come in, but Echo Fox, after losing Dardoch, still have the numbers advantage on the turret.
And in an instant, they shrink the gold lead down. Now only 2.5K. Standing between these teams, and explosive power coming in from the Echo Fox composition.
And we're just going to see individual big plays on their side. That's how they're going to win this game here. Through some of these big fights where they can try and get onto Fnatic's backline, like Dardoch just did.
Yeah, the flashes are so important. So Dardoch still has, Hextech flash to try and use out of a bush or something, but let's see how effective it is, because he can close such a long distance here to get right to the heart of the Fnatic squad.
That stopwatch is so key, because he also lands a stun just before, setting it up for Dardoch. And now all of Fnatic need to run. The ulti from Source did not hit everything he wanted. They're starting an early Baron with the Heimerdinger turrets. Huni is bot lane with TP. Wait, did they not check? I thought they just checked.
He did, but it looks like they decided not much they can do about it. They're not going to face check, and Fnatic get it.
Baron completely uncontested and in the hands of Fnatic. Beautiful fight just before for the side of Echo Fox, but not apparently comfortable enough to contest there. And gold lead once again growing for Fnatic. This could be massive depending on how much they can do in the next 3.5 minutes.
Well, really good shot calling then from Fnatic's side after a lost fight, just calling for the rush Baron. There were 4 members topside from the NA squad, and Huni with TP. I really feel like they could have moved in and done something, but instead, early Baron for Fnatic.
Not comfortable going into the pit where you have a Heimerdinger and a Soraka waiting, the silence and the potential damage that could be unleashed. Not wanting to take the risk on a 50-50. Could look for a fight right here, though. Dardoch, classic flanking position. Hex Flash available. Could go for it, but looks like they may just walk to the mid jungle. Roxa is going to be in trouble here. Kai'Sa gets the hit home. That's going to be a lot of damage onto the jungler. Oh, 2 picks immediately. Death brushes used against Fnatic. That is just insult to injury.
Oh, lack of vision there as Echo Fox slip into the jungle and take out 2 members that might put a stop to the rest of the Baron buff and just let them get 1 turret only. Dragon being picked up here by Altec in the meantime.
Yeah, super big play here. Really surprising Fnatic. I think they were just trying to catch a couple of camps on the bottom side and then move straight up and join the team because they were completely split up. Nice play. And they got bot lane turret earlier for Huni doing the Baron.
And the Kai'Sa just continues to get stronger, and this is something you talked about just moments ago. Big plays from individual members. In this case, big plays from Echo Fox as a whole, finding the binding in the jungle, picking off individual members of Fnatic to keep themselves moving forward in this game.
Back-to-back plays from both teams, taking advantage of the fog of war from the other.
But with the flash, Blade of the Ruin King comes out, but no follow here for the side of Echo Fox.
Okay. In the end, Fnatic's Baron here. Not really giving them anything other than a couple of hits on a top lane turret. Good aggressive defense, not sitting back and wave clearing. It's actually looking for picks, looking for fights.
Long range engage onto Huni. Silence comes out. He's going to use the dash to make it away. A lot of cooldowns burned there. The Ornn ulti important.
Yeah, not quite long enough to land the slow there onto Huni, so he walks out.
Fnatic still grouping up as 5. They're looking to pressure the mid lane. Dardoch not going to get the Hex Flash off. Does have to back out. Broxel running to safety. Knock up onto the Alistar. Not the ideal target, but good damage coming through anyway. Both body blocking for now. Demonte wants to flash forward. A big risk gets deleted immediately. The beautiful play from before, giving hubris. lucky mid laner. Dardoch getting knocked out as well. Fnatic turning that in an instant. Individual mistakes plaguing Echo Fox.
Yeah, he went in there. He really wanted to kill that Soraka. That can anger people for a while. 2-4-1 though for Fnatic, and they still have Baron to push with.
Just moments ago, Damonte made that big game-changing play to keep Echo Fox in the game, and now here he oversteps a little bit. Too eager to force something. Fnatic with a slow siege though, luckily for the side of Echo Fox. Creep wave not really there, and it looks like they are just going to back off.
Yeah, not the end of the world.
He did take out the heals.
That's the thing, and Fnatic did not get into the base. Like, that's always kind of the
Okay.
first goal. TP coming.
Who's it going to be? Who's on the way in? Are they going to find it? Dardoch moving forward. Damonte there on the backside. They immediately want to cut through the jungler here. Can they get the pick? Should be quite easy. Altec is there. Broxa left all on his lonesome. Goodbye. Fox getting one for themselves, but there's Soaz. Heimerdinger damage, baby.
Double TP for one trade. Not exactly worth it.
So this is what we've seen from Echo Fox. So they're constantly looking for the extra kills. The setup to this one was really interesting because they were so spread out. Dardoch started taking damage here, and Whippo went on the offensive. As you can see on the top right, Huni was still up there with minions. So there's 4 members here, and Damonte flashes in. He wants to get his ult off onto Hylissang, but in flashing, he gets himself into range of the rest of Fnatic. And since he gets traded out in the 1-for-1 and Huni's still not there, that's why Fnatic can continue to chase, and they get an extra kill.
And now we check in on the game state. Fox keeping up quite well despite the Baron going for Fnatic. And while things looked pretty grim for them earlier, it does feel like they're coming back into the game.
I mean, they're fighting well. That's just the key thing to highlight in these skirmishes, in these fights here. They're going toe-to-toe with Fnatic despite being down in gold. They lost that Baron. Well, how do you defend against Baron? You don't sit back and wave clear. You go into the enemy jungle, you look for something. And these kind of plays are never going to be consistent, which of course is the big problem for them. But when it works, it looks really good. And it can really surprise the team you're playing against. So they're still in this game here.
Yeah, definitely keeping track of where Vision is and Vision isn't, because there was so much time spent on the other side of the map, trying to make that play with a little bit higher percentages.
You gotta see for the next fight. Now, after Damonte used that flash aggressively, there is no stopwatch, which we had the last time Whippo tried to target him.
Dardoch, though, still moving forward. Ain't going to go in. Dardoch trying to force the play. Altec ready to go in a moment's notice. 3 items completed. That's a strong Kaisa.
So much miss there. Now they don't have flash on Dardoch.
Oh, running into the middle of everything. Dardoch silenced. Going to try to block what he can. Huni in the backside dealing damage. Caps hunting down the 80 carry, but goes on the wrong side of the wall. Not what he needed. Soaz taking one down. Caps still playing with his food. Blocked by the minions. Altec needs to be careful here. Good use of the supercharger to take him to safety.
Gets out just in time here. The ulti from Whippo was not used against the Syndra without flash. I think he was too far away, but Fnatic did manage to kill Dardoch. Will also get this bot lane turret.
Damonte 5-1-3. Could try to take out a single member here, but not going to get the chance. Fnatic pushing in, looking to break open this inhibitor line. Altec is still alive. One support is down, but can Fox take the fight? Good stun connects. Inhibitor drops, and Fnatic now looking for the retreat. Huni wants to go for the flank, but hasn't found the opportunity quite yet. Still running alongside. Parallel, looking for an opportunity to find an individual member.
Yeah, this has been where Echo Fox have definitely made some mistakes. So when they're super spread out and members have been caught. Right now, Dardoch very far away. Huni 1-5!
He wants to get caps. A lot of damage goes in, but the silence field is going to stop any follow-up. No, the Void Seeker does not connect. It means Altec has no way into the fight. The CC already used. No stacks of plasma means no Kaisa in this exchange. Dardoch is there, though. Can they get the rest? The shutdown goes in. This is so good for Fnatic. Huni oversteps.
Oh, let's remember they used double TP already. They're on cooldown, so no one could help him behind enemy lines.
Fighting in the funnel, double knockup from Whippo. Nice disengage comes in from Damonte. He wants to buy a bit more time. Cap low on mana means he can't contribute a whole lot in this fight, but there goes the call of the Forge God. Altec knocked up. He tries to make it out to safety, but Caps just cuts him down where he stands. Adrian going for a lap here around the enemy jungle. Doesn't look like it's going to amount to much. They'll take a bit of time to kill him, but the rest of Fnatic taking their way into the mid lane and looking for a little bit more.
I don't know what to say to that, guys.
Explain it. This is your region.
The mission here from Huni, as Echo Fox is all still, spread out so far to try and cut them off in the river and then, sneak away, maybe?
I think he hopes that just a single member ends up going towards the mid lane and the rest of Fnatic maybe recalled somewhere else or went down to the bottom side. Because then he can one-shot a squishy target and try and get out. He did kite for a while, but he was just alone. Now Dardoch joins. That's not going to do a lot to save Huni. Now your top lane is gone.
Yeah, I was surprised they even let Dardoch walk out of that one because he didn't have any more escapes either. But Fnatic back to Baron number 2.
You get that one for free.
It's time again, gentlemen. No one here to respond on the side of Echo Fox. 3 members leaving the base as quickly as they can, but Demonte is back and he does not have a teleport. 3K and dropping this Baron uncontested in favor of Fnatic.
Well, that flank certainly left something to be desired.
Wholesome code.
Let's see if we can
Let's
get
just
another.
say, there's been a few questionable calls. Now they're gonna lose bot lane or top lane turret. They've already lost the bot lane. Meanwhile,
Good opportunity for
Dardoch's
Echo
gonna
Fox to
flank.
strike back. Is spotted out on the flank. Fnatic not going to fall for the same trick 3 times in a row, but the
TP.
TP coming from the backside. Who's
Huni
going to be
flank.
left all on his own in the middle of the team? The silence field goes down. The laugh spam comes in from Fnatic. They know that was a risky call. Does not work out for Echo Fox. Slow siege, though. Not in the best position until this next wave comes. Turrets are being set up. Fox may need to look for a play here. Talia wall comes out, though. Going to try to block and engage and just let them focus on the objectives.
Demonte does get a stun, but that's not going to do much. Baron and power push is going to be able to get this inhibitor, and Altec has to be a bit more careful.
So it connects. Call the Forge God is going to come out. Where's Whippo going to send it? One member not going to do much of anything as Black Shield will block the knockup. Any other negative effects? Still another inhibitor drops in favor of Fnatic. This could just be an easy closeout for them with only 1 left in their sights. The wave, though, getting cleared.
it's felt like Fnatic were about to close out the game a few times, but then they managed to lose a fight somewhere. They get surprised by Huni sitting behind them or whatever it is on the side of Echo Fox. It's not over yet. Like, I'm still waiting for a big fight.
X-Flash. Dardoch. Not going to happen this time. 1 seconds left on that cooldown. Fnatic, will they overstep? Call the Forge God, not available quite yet. Maybe they can turn here. Maybe the side of Fox can look for a fight. For now, though, Fnatic just steadily sieging. They've got the cannon creep there. 1 minute, 2 minutes left on the Baron buff even. Pretty easy for them to just cut this one down. Where is the opportunity? Where is the opening for the side of Echo Fox? 30 minutes into the game. 7K in the hole, 3 inhibitors down. Things do not get much worse than this.
Oh no, the 3 inhibs, that's the big one here for Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean, we basically saw the difference, with the riskier plays, looking for that fog of war, sneak attack, whether Fnatic are grouped up or not. In the first one, Fnatic weren't, and Echo Fox got some quick kills, but the second time around, the opposite story is true, and Fnatic are in the Echo Fox space with very little left to destroy.
Of course, it's going to be difficult to get on top of them. Soraka set up. Heimerdinger going to start to set up.
Oh,
Well, maybe they can take down Whippo. That's going to be big if they can find the pick. But no, Demonte actually getting picked off by Cap. Now the damage is starting to come in. Call the Forge God. This could just be the cleanup fight for Fnatic. Aldi not going to connect. Weaver's ball comes out. Caps goes absolutely nowhere. Buys a bit of time with the Hourglass. Altec not going to be able to get one. Can he get any kills? Can he turn this around? Does get one before he drops. But Fnatic cleaning up house. One final fight to bring it home in the end. Echo Fox do their best to hold on the base, but it is Fnatic striking first in favor of the European LCS here at Rift Rivals 2018.
And we said in Champ Select that Fnatic have played against this draft quite a lot, this style. The funnel comp, G2's doing it all the time in Europe. They scrim each other a lot, and they know you can abuse the side lanes.
I mean, they know, and you act like the North American teams don't know that you can abuse the side lane as well.
Huni didn't know.
They're
Huni did not know in this game.
He knew. He just felt like he could outplay it, I guess.
By using his dash every time before a gank. Like, he clearly did not think, oh, I'm Renekton. If I push, I get ganked.
This happened here in North America. This has happened to them.
And he's won games anyway. That should just get abused every time.
You got to be honest, he's gotten away with it a lot in the past. Does not work out this time around. It's kind of the double stack here in the sense that Europe is ready to go gank him in the top lane, and of course Huni also already likes to overextend in the top lane. Things turning out well in the favor of Fnatic. Good team play, moving around the map, using that Heimerdinger. I have to wonder, is this something that's going to get banned against European teams? The Syndra...
Banned against Yana.
Oh, for sure.
That's for sure. But I think overall, while Fnatic had a good start, there were still a lot of fights that could have gone either way, and Echo Fox had some good comeback moves. I like the aggressive way of defending instead of, again, sitting back and trying to wave clear. Look for the picks. Yes, it will backfire sometimes, but they also found good openings.
Yeah, I mean, we praise them when they're looking for the picks, and it worked out in the red buff jungle.
That's true.
But then Huni was also looking for the picks in the second iteration. That one they had seen that Fnatic kind of all grouped up as 5. So maybe they should have had a little bit more caution with that one.
Yeah,
but
that one was...
at that point, it was pretty rough anyway.
I do have to praise Echo Fox on the opposite side, though. Some fantastic individual playmakers. Dardoch kept trying, and he had so many good engages. And Demonte, not a guy that you expect to look at when he's kind of a less veteran player, hasn't had a whole ton of stage experience, but he had that one big play and a fantastic scoreline to end out this game.
Great KDA. That's true.
Making switches here. The North American team's getting experience all around.
All right, well, I'm curious to see how the rest of this works out for the team, exactly what they're going to do. But to get some insight on how EU picked up that win, let's hand it over to Avali and the victorious top laner.
Thanks, guys. Bwipo, congratulations on picking up the first win for EU. It looked like early game, you guys were focusing really hard on Huni. Did you see him as that big of a threat?
Not really. We literally picked Orin because we were like, I'm just going to play Orin and chill in my top lane. But then he basically ran it down, so we decided to kill him over and over again. Like, I think he really disrespected Brox's pathing, and I mean, it wasn't really that we were focusing him. It was just more like, well, we're going to run top, and if this guy decides to run it down, then we're just going to kill him over and over again. And, well, he did run it down.
And we saw Fox break out the funnel strat. So playing against NA so far, is there any differences between here and EU?
I think they like Gold Funnel a lot. Like, we focused a lot of bans into making sure that we weren't going to face Gold Funnel because we think we're better in Standard. But then they like decided to force it really badly with like Tier 2 Funnel champions. And I feel like we were okay with that, and I think we managed to play against it pretty well.
And today, or excuse me, this was your only game for today. You pick up your next 2 games tomorrow. How are you going to prep for those?
I think we're going to keep experimenting with swapping the 2 top laners around, because I think that's something that people forgot, because I've been continuously playing bot lane. But yeah, Soaz has a few champions of his own that he can play down there, and I can always just adapt back to the top lane role. So I think people can expect to see some more crazy stuff from us.
Well, Bwipo, thank you. And for more on the game, let's hear from the analyst desk. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Avali. A lot of confidence coming out of Bwipo there, but deserved after that matchup against Echo Fox.
That sandwich tasting pretty good right now, boys.
Yeah, now you're feeling the NA
bread is still
sandwich.
in
See
it.
how quick that tune turns there, Vidius. But it's interesting to watch our first clash here of full-on squads from NA and EU compete against each other in these different stylized matchup. Again, we kind of teased it as Fnatic being the mage bot, very well practiced. That's exactly how they're going to play the game. Echo Fox a little bit more of a wild card, but no surprise necessarily that they went to a funnel composition. But Bwipo called it out there. Huni almost running it down the top lane at times, handing over a lot of advantage.
Well, it's funny, too, because Bwipo had some words for Huni before this tournament, how he was going to smack him around a little bit. Definitely happened this game. And what was cool with the Fnatic comp is that either way, you could have put the Orin in the bot lane to get a better matchup into the Renekton, or you take the losing matchup and do what they did, which is punish it very heavily with ganks.
And I think they could have put the Heimerdinger top lane and that still would have won against the Renekton. So it was versatile in that way. What I was worried about from Fnatic's draft is the fact that they had no reliable physical damage dealer. But on the other end, Echo Fox didn't build magic resist on any of their tanks.
Build defensive stats.
Yeah, or give farm to Morgana to make an empowered Black Shield. So actually a pretty evenly matched draft, so to speak, and it came down to the play.
I mean, and we talk about that Heimerdinger pick showing up. It was banned in the last week of NA play, but our NA teams have yet to play against it on the stage, so maybe a little bit of uncertainty about how to play into a Soraka and a Heimerdinger.
I was quite surprised that Soaz actually brought it out. It was something that he used to play quite a while ago, but the fact that they have that versatility has been a strength for Fnatic for a while. The fact that it went down to the bottom lane, I think that the adaptation of the Syndra was quite nice, because we saw a couple weeks ago that NA has been playing Syndra. They've played it for a while, and I thought, oh, this could be a big answer to the Heimerdinger. Brand is another one that could have been a good, but they actually never had an opportunity to get any kind of pressure down towards the bot side. And I think that Demonte, while having impact later on, really struggled during the laning.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's a cute idea, but the Syndra does not actually counter the Heimer, especially not when you pair it with Soraka Morgana, and Soraka counters Morgana.
All right, I do want to take a look at some of those Huni deaths, as was talked about by Bwipo. A little bit of disrespect maybe in the top lane, not recognizing that he was a target of a lot of focus.
And note that he used his slice and dice, and that's an incredibly long cooldown early on in the game. That's why he has nothing left, and it allows Broxah to just walk around. Normally, if you're playing a more passive Renekton who knows he's going to have no jungle assistance, you save your slice and dice to escape. He actually misses his slice and dice there to make sure he's already dead. Again, no vision. Uses slice and dice to clear the wave. Hello. Bwipo is just able to kill him. So as Bwipo said, totally disrespectful by Huni and very easily killed by Fnatic.
I love the confidence from Huni, but I think you sum it up perfectly. Like, it gets to a point where you are just disrespecting.
Where you're just
some of the
eating.
you're just running it down. I think Bippo optimally said it because Huni didn't need to be that aggressive when the whole point of this comp is Altec, the guy that's building the Super Kai'Sa. That's what he's working towards.
Right.
And when you're that aggressive towards a side lane, you don't have a jungler, like, you're just going to get punished as a result.
All right, but I know you had some thoughts on this play as well, Vidius, as Echo Fox Dardoch starting off here on that Alistar. We'll end up picking up a couple kills.
Yeah, so the great thing about this play for Fox is that if you can find a fight around the mid lane, you're actually set up perfectly because Heimerdinger is sitting down in the bottom lane, Kai'Sa hasn't actually gotten himself involved in the fight yet, and Huni is coming up from the top side as well. So even though Fnatic have a numbers advantage initially, because they throw so many abilities into trying to kill Dardoch, and they're unable to do so, Altec can reposition, there's no threat from the rest of Fnatic to get the kills, and they don't actually have the damage to turn this into a successful fight. And when you have this funnel getting this kind of gold at this point in the game, you're actually in a really good situation to get more gold onto the Super Kai'Sa and start winning more of these fights.
Right, I mean, whenever people talk about funnel, it's you fall 2 or 3K gold down and you're sideways, just never getting any help, and then it's about recovering from there. And that looked like potentially the start of that recovery from Echo Fox. Does a great job finding those somewhat random fights.
Right, looking for those skirmishes where Altec can come in on the back end of it to clean up a couple kills and then push forward. But Jat, aside from that little clip there weren't too many opportunities or too many instances in which Echo Fox was coming out on the positive end of a skirmish.
This Baron that Fnatic takes is actually about 40 seconds after an Echo Fox team fight win. They scout out the Baron with Adrian, but they don't have anyone there. Syndra's up in the top lane, Kai'Sa's in the mid lane, Huni's down bottom, could TP in, but probably wouldn't do much into all of Fnatic. So completely out of position. You're almost wondering, why was Echo Fox even there? But then, after they actually give up the Baron, this one wasn't the end of the game, because in the most Echo Fox way possible, they immediately pick up 2 more kills into the jungle, the red side jungle of Fnatic to keep the game even. It's just a really random way of Echo Fox play.
It extends the game, but we kind of saw it there. The idea of TPing into a Soraka and a Heimerdinger who has turrets and a silence field that's going to come out. It is a scary prospect for Echo Fox, and ultimately they choose non-engagement, non-action over action, but they concede so much in that moment.
It's just something that's not going to win you the game because you don't really want a 5v5, especially with how Huni was building with like the W one-shot Blade of the Rune King Titanic Hydra build. And if you get into a 5v5, Fnatic's comp has so much zone control. You have the Heimer turrets, Soraka fields, the Ornn CC. There's so many ways to deny any dive going in. So as soon as you lose that, you're forced to group up.
My biggest issue with the way that Echo Fox played was that, again, it's about having control over your side waves. And the thing that we value, or at least G2 will value, and hopefully you get to see it later in the day, is having strong side laners when running this funnel comp. And as long as you can have pressure somewhere on the map, it enables you to invest more resources into the funnel and then look for better fights later, which they never successfully did because they never had a pushing wave.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Echo Fox had side wave pressure. Well, it just wasn't safe sideways.
Sure. Okay.
Huni was constantly past the river.
Hey guys, this is my lane.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not.
Final thoughts here, Mark.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is I think Echo Fox understand that. It's just that Huni plays too disrespectfully to do that because it's all about safe pressure. Take the Renekton into Ornn, win the matchup, draw the jungler, back off, and then you're doing your job while your Kai'Sa funnels. Huni doesn't back off.
Well, EU draws first blood in Rift Rivals. We're stepping away, but when we return, NA hope to pick up a win of their own as Team Liquid challenges Splice. Don't touch that browser.
Oh, please win this one.
He can look for the turn here. Brock's going to run forward, holding onto the pillar for now. Wants to block the escape. Huni looks like he's just going to go down. First blood for Fnatic. Get the knockback, following up with the ultimate. Can he reactivate before he goes down? Yes. Oh! No! Knocked up. Beautiful play from Echo Fox. Individual CC coming home. Demonte on the back with a double.
I'm here. I'm ulting him at there. We got to jump. Okay, nice. Look down. I got it. Nice, guys. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Syndra flashed in. Can we kill her?
She flashed in.
Hey, we go. Pick up here.
I ult. They can't go up here. Renekton is on the side. Kai'Sa can't pass.
Brock's left all on his lonesome. Goodbye. Brock's getting one for themselves, but there's Soaz. Altec not going to be able to get one. Can he get any kills? Can he turn this around? Does get one before he drops. But Fnatic cleaning up house. 1, 2, 3, Fnatic.